only 90's kids will get this. Shit, 90's kids remember this. Only 90's kids remember the G-Slide. Only 90's kids remember Gavin the dog. Fun fact, only 90's kids will know what this is.
Only 90's kids.
Yeah, because only 90's kids know what a Pikachu is. Fuck out of here. Okay, so I know what you're wondering. How are 90's kids bad? 90's kids are great. They're just proud of their generation. No, it's not that they like the set years that they were born in. It's the fact that they believe that these years were the best years in human history. Like, there's nothing wrong with a little bias or nostalgia, but they just go way too fucking far. Like, I mean way too fucking far. They think that only 90's kids will remember the 90's. What about 80's kids? Or 70's kids? Or 60's kids? Saying only 90's kids will remember X or Y is just dumb. It really is. Like, it's honestly a hazard. To be honest, 90's kids are very similar to autism. And by this, I mean there's a wide spectrum of them. I have better taste in music, art, food, and media because I was born in 1990. You barely even qualify as a 90's kid, Jeffrey. You're just jealous because you didn't get to play on the Sega Genesis growing up. What even? I bet you're the one to post about this every 15 minutes on Facebook. I miss the music back then so much. The music these days suck. Crying emoji. I miss the 90's. Hate smartphones. Love meeting people and talking face to face. People are addicted to the internet.
Me included.
Man, those are some really valid points you have there. You know, forcing people to go outside even if it is outside their comfort zone or if they don't want to. I'm assuming these people probably wouldn't want to give up their iPhone as they need to browse 4chan twice a day. Honestly, I was born in 2002, but I experienced everything like the 90's kids. I grew up in Europe until I moved to Canada when I was 7. I was born in 2003 and I grew up with the 90's stuff. What, you people don't have the slightest clue about the 90's. Sure, decades don't just drastically change, but you still have no knowledge about the 90's. I wish I was born into the 90's because the music and when you had a childhood. I mean, I get that you may or may not like today's music, but I doubt that you'd like listening to rock all day, in the same way that you probably don't like listening to rap. I'm sure that most 80's kids or whatever the fuck they call themselves didn't enjoy rock being a thing back then. The same thing will probably happen to rap. It'll die and you'll be bitching about whatever music trend will be currently dominant in the industry. Not only this, but I'm sure your childhood was fucking amazing. You had no responsibility, no problems, no worries. All this technology that you probably had in your childhood, assuming you're a person of the 2000s, your childhood would have been the fucking best of humans. What about when we used to walk up to our friends' doors and knock and say we were there instead of texting them? Good times. Haha. You realize that going up to your friend's house isn't exclusive to the 90's. I'm pretty sure that you see lots of people doing it today. Where the fuck do you live? Neo America? Now this comment just happens to be the top one, so I'm assuming that lots of people agree with it, and I just can't understand why. Like, it's just painful to read. I mean, you know what, just read it for yourself, because I'm not even gonna bother. Now this, I really don't understand. We have more technology today, which isn't particularly bad. I mean, it's your opinion whether this is a bad thing, and technology is dictating our society, but this person makes it seem like we don't need this technology. I'm not saying you have to have, like, experienced something or used it or rated it to judge it, because that's an awful argument, but this person probably wouldn't be willing to give up watching YouTube videos or whatever he or she does in their free time. I get that technology is rapidly growing and that it's somewhat unnecessary, but seriously, how do you suppose technology is supposed to be used? Like this comment just doesn't make any sense. How is it not being, what? Now this isn't to say that people are particularly bad in my eyes for holding a set amount of years to more value. It's okay to be a little biased every now and then. We all do it. I'm just saying these people think that their beloved 90's were amazing when really they were just another decade. Another decade to come, another decade to leave. So, 90's kids, do you despise them? Or you think that the problem with these people is just the fact that they think that the 90's were the best years ever? I'm sorry to kill your nostalgia, but they really weren't, okay? They weren't that amazing. they were just filled with awful fashion trends. Like, really, they weren't amazing people. You can wear your nostalgia colored glasses you can wear your rose tinted glasses all you want. I really don't care, but you just have to accept the fact that the 90s weren't that great. I know that this video was different from the normal types of rants I do, but regardless, I hope you enjoyed whatever this was. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, or even share this video with your friends and family. This was The Obscure Entertainer, bringing you reviews to the obscurity.